been the master. Give thanks, for it is accomplished. You are the radiant heart of God. Together with your twin flame, you are an actual cell in my living heart. You are my heart made manifest. Alive within you is the very light of life, the force of Christ. Your hearts are the place where my love is made manifest. Your heart is the very heart of love, capable of bathing all of creation in love. Your consciousness is my consciousness. In you lives the awareness of all beauty. Right here within you is the connection to the experience of all I am in fullness each moment. Right here in your heart is the point of creation, the incubation chamber of new life. For here is where your heart desires are brought into contact with the living river, and brought forth into new life and expanded creation. Here, in your own consciousness of your heart, is where you name that which will come forth from the trinity of our union, the place where I as love come into life as you, the great forces of divine love as masculine and feminine. I ask you to regain full awareness, to claim your truth as masters, as a living expression of my heart, as the place where real love returns to this world. Can you feel how much we love? Can you allow the experience of our tender longing for the return of all my children to their truth? Can you perceive the perfect beauty of this world, a beauty that has not changed from the moment of its creation? Truly, just as you have never really left the kingdom of the heart, neither has the earth. Even when the nightmare of her destruction lays heavy upon the hearts of my children, beneath their dreams she holds them in serenity, blue-green spirits in these moments between the beats of time and physicality. Just so is every person still connected to the truth of love. As I have explained before, there is a pulse that brings forth life and time, and in the moments in between you are home in our reality of love. So even here, you are all still fed by the truth of love in its living moment. If this were not so, nothing would survive. If humanity was really cut off from me, humankind would simply fade away. Thus, though you cannot see it, even those professing only darkness are still nourished by my love. I have also explained to you how life comes forth each moment, made manifest anew with each orgasmic wave of love. Nothing is static. Thus, in truth, even frozen love is only frozen because it is recreated the same way again and again and again. At any point, with a new consciousness in place, a new mold for the living love as it pours forth from me. And everything can be different. Everything can be changed in the space of a heartbeat. Returned to love by a single act of will, by the dropping into the heart of a new desire. For it is our deepest covenant that you may co-create, that you as my children can mold the love we are. Thus do we come to a turning point, a place where from the point the entirety of your consciousness must be returned to the service of your truth as love, your truth as my beloved children, your truth as living expressions of the very forces of creation, bringing forth love as you are meant. I ask you to become masters, to live fully at the balance point. I ask you to be together the true creative force, to be the full expression of the two forces of creation that you are on earth. For you must realize that what you hold in your consciousness, where you place the power of your heart, is what will be brought forth as your future. It is in each moment that the pulses of my love come to fill you, and it is right there that you create your heart's desire. Thus you must ask yourselves, as you've been living, what are you presenting every moment for love to bring forth as your creation and as your life? Where's your attention? Where are you focused? Are you focused in a battle with your mind? If so, what are you creating as the pulse of love comes through? You are not present in your heart. You are absent and you are holding forth. Instead, your feeling of conflict in yourself, your impasse at the mercy of the little mind. And as I show you now, you can never change anything by engaging with it. Oh, instead you give the resource of your great love-filled heart to an impassive belief in the reality of the little mind, because you are believing that your thoughts are powerful enough that you must fight them or change them, or be worried about their course. But rather than ignore them as they pass through, it is time for you to completely leave the arena of the little mind, of thought, of judgment, of ego. That each moment when my love comes pouring in, you are focused in your heart and on our love. Your future, our future, and the future of your service to love truly does come forth out of this moment. What you hold in your consciousness is given life by the pulse of love. And as I've also explained, if you are not present in consciousness, then the living light of moving love will then move down and create what is in your mind. The force of love, creation, always seeks the closest resonance to itself. But it does not find it. It continues into the denser areas of life upon this world. And even in reversal, in a consciousness filled with thoughts of death and illness, war and lack, you are forever my beloved heart, and thus the living pulse of love honors where you have your heart and manifests more of what you place before it. Thus I come to awaken you back to the real, to the truth of love, to your beauty as a living Christ, that my love can now come fully through into this illusion, which it shall do through you. Oh, beloved ones, I ask you please to place your every resource, your complete and total love in the service of your truth, that this may be your future and the return of love to earth. You cannot be a clear channel for my love unless you are fully present at the balance point of love. This means that your heart's desires every single moment is to be the love that you are, nothing else. Fake it until you make it shall be your creed, because only you can direct the force of love I send you. You direct it by your force, by your consciousness of love. You direct it by rising into ecstasy and gratitude for the master that you are. You direct it by the focus of your attention on your heart and on the giving of your soulmate of love that flows through each of you. As you do, you are engaging the forces of creation that shall spark, then burn with life force that you together then take on your role as well. That you also create love, sparking it forth from your glorious union, that you together then send it forth to provide those coming after with the energy of love that they then get to name, to create by their attention and their heart's desire. And then, as they acknowledge the truth of love that they are, as they say yes to the remembrance of their soulmate, then they too become a generating station for those who come behind them, those whose vibrational level is still slower than their own. Thus do they provide the life force of living love, both to unfreeze those hearts of those they serve, and provide the living love that the others get to mold into form, into their expression as this world. Thus is life ever nourished, ever provided for, ever grown. It works perfectly everywhere in creation until the receiving consciousness is turned away from love, which of course is what has happened here on earth. So only as you turn around fully can you fulfill your role in bringing through my love and in sparking through your union as masculine and feminine, the creation of new love that is your gift out of all that is, that you are the Christ right here. The only way we can reestablish the flow is for you now to place your full attention on the truth of love that you are. Love is always exponential. Thus the love that comes to you is multiplied through your union and in your joining. Each of you achieve a communion with each other that allows the all of you together to go forth from each of you. And while this will not make sense to your minds, the multiplication of love is both vibrational and dimensional. Thus is love expanded forever. Thus am I grown. As you approach your moment of choice, your impediments to love fall away. They will continue to do so without any conscious effort from you. So as you approach this transition, let us place all your attention on what it means to be the Christ, the master of the heart, each half of a living whole that is the very focus of creation, made available to this world through you. So what does it mean to be a master? It is to live every moment and in through your heart. It is to be completely immersed in an experience of the earth as living love, to have communion with the consciousness of every living thing. It is to live completely open-hearted, expressing joy each moment. It is to be in ecstasy as love rushes through you to your soulmate. It is to love humanity with such passion and dedication that the awareness of all their heart is always within you. It is to name everything love, every single moment, and to know without a doubt that your love will manifest outside of you that which lives within. So rather than ignoring the world and focusing on yourself, it is the inclusion of the world in your love that marks a real God-man or God-woman, the God heart in the case of soulmates. It is maintaining heart consciousness every moment that my love pouring into you will be enhanced and expanded as it is given forth by you. It is not being in your mind and passing judgment on yourself and on each other when love is not continually maintained. It is rather pouring love through you consciously open-hearted. Maintain the heart's perception that your heart will reveal love's truth before you in everything, rather than your mind informing you of what you see. This is the most important difference. You must now choose to be that which you want to become, because if you see it as a future, it will not ever happen. And this you already know. Now you must live it. It is time to claim your truth. It is time to see the unity of life every moment. It is time to feel the living flow of love that pours forth to you. It has never been interrupted. You have only been turned away. The only way the illusion can be revealed and dissolved is from the level of the truth of love. You cannot fight mind with mind or ego with ego. To do so is to simply pretend you accomplish something while waving your finger puppets or shadows in different patterns on the wall. From the moment of your choice to the heart of love you are, you must spend your moments at the point of truth that is the balance point of love. It is a point above the normal life of the mind, a point where you can feel your heart and you can watch its love cascade forth into the world of form. Dear ones, I do not remove you from the world. This is very important. Instead, I place you firmly in the midst of the world that your presence may change this world to love. Spend every morning now affirming your truth as a master of love. Fill your consciousness with the feeling of your heart as divine love pours through you as positive and negative, connecting in a burst of love, an explosion as they meet and going forth from there. All you can make this shift, and you must, for only the focus on the love that you are can bring forth a world filled with love tomorrow. Inspire each other as you continue to choose your mastership. This is the most important change in consciousness we have ever made. Now at last, love becomes your foreground. The heart is your vehicle both of service and of consciousness, and remember this. It will be easy if you allow it to be, and once you are fully centered in love, people will come flocking forth to experiences through you. Remember that love is timeless and the real world has never really gone anywhere. So the moment you accept your truth, in that moment you embody it, you are the beings that you are the embodiment of my love. And this is a great and powerful honor. So be it.